expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm
Gray Mars.
I'm Enzo.
I'm Kamal.
And tonight on the new party, we're going to be answering who really bombed the Iran girls' school. Gray, as our veteran on the team, what is your thoughts from the two videos you watched?
Well, that was an extremely depressing video you chose, and with the AI videos, this is just getting wild. But I think it's obviously a sad thing of anybody that's innocent in a war that gets deleted in any type of way. Of course, is bad, and of course, when it's children, it's even worse. So I would say that I seen, and I played this on last night's show, some Republicans taking responsibility and saying, this happened and they feel completely bad for it. I feel like in a situation like this, it's better just to say, a mistake happened, war happens, just take responsibility and then try to move on. But what I have seen with reports is that the United States are people that were responsible for the school being bombed.
Oh, man. Well, the videos I'm showing you are the propaganda that Iran is putting out. This is what they're saying. They're fully blaming America. They're saying that it's a lie. Enzo, what's your thoughts on what they're saying?
So my thoughts on this are no one's really going to like my takes on this tonight. This was not the United States. It's the people. The New York Times has their inquiries have stated it is the United States who did this. I have video footage from bystanders who were driving on the road to show where that missile came from, as well as analysis from people who worked in the defense industry to say that multiple discrediting things about the missiles themselves, that even the attack angle, the positioning of the wings on the munition was not even close to what a Tomahawk is, let alone the payload that a Tomahawk has is a 1,000-pound munition. That building would not be standing right now if a Tomahawk hit that. That's all I gotta say. You could literally see it from the smoke plume from the video that everybody's seen with the black smoke compared to what a Tomahawk is. It's not even comparable. The United States is not at fault for this at all. This is Iranian. I'm sorry. And then I have here also from the day that it happened, an IRGC Telegram group with them taking responsibility for it that came out the same day that it happened. So I've been debating this on TikTok for a week now, and I said this. I'm going to hold the argument to say that the United States did not do this, but if it comes back that I'm wrong, 100%, I will say whoever planned this and whoever got the intel wrong, that they got the positioning wrong because it was right near a military base where they did have launchers for KH-55 cruise missiles, which was confirmed. If they got the coordinates wrong and this was a mistake, that person needs to be held accountable. But until then, I'm holding the argument that the United States is not at fault.
Can you send me the footage that you talked about, Enzo, and I'll play it tonight because I do want to play that. I want both sides. So
I'll put them in the private chat right now.
Yeah, thank you for standing firm and standing on what you believe in, because the whole majority of the world is saying America has done it. But let's watch this interview clip where we first reacted to it about a week ago.
And just a final question here, Mr. Ambassador. I want to talk about the girls' school in Iran that was bombed, especially you as a veteran. Iranians say 175 people were killed, mostly young girls. The president last night said, in his opinion, based on what he's seen, it was done by Iran. Pete Hegseth said they're still investigating. The New York Times did a meticulous look at that. Satellite photos. They're not saying the U.S. would do that on purpose, but they said it appears that the U.S. is responsible for that bombing. Why did the president say he believes it is Iran?
Well, I'll leave that to the investigators to determine. We've seen instances like we saw in Gaza, for example, where Hamas immediately blamed the Israelis. The international community jumped on it, and it turned out it was an errant rocket from Hamas. So we've seen those kind of incidences in the past. As Secretary Hegseth said, it's under investigation. I can tell you as a veteran, in no uncertain terms, the United States does everything it can to avoid civilian casualties. Sometimes, of course, tragic mistakes occur. Unlike what we see from the likes of Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, the Iranian regime, who just massacred 30 to 40,000 of its own people, uniformly, universally condemned by the countries here at the United Nations. And it's a little rich hearing accusations from the Iranian regime after they literally just machine gunned their own people in the streets, after they killed a young lady, Mahsa Amini, an Iranian woman, for daring to wear a hijab, and their gross and just disgusting human rights abuses over the decades. All of that is in the verge of change, we hope, and that's why you're seeing Iranian Americans and Iranians around the world celebrating in the streets that Ayatollah Khomeini is dead and can no longer massacre his own people.
Kamal, let's get you in here. What is your thoughts? Who do you think did it and why?
Now, I want to see that footage Enzo sent. Before I say something, can we play that real quick?
I just sent
Yeah,
over
hold
like
on.
5 different links. The last one is the explosion that we saw at the school compared to what an actual Tomahawk explosion is.
Well, I'm going to put them on the screen, Enzo, and you talk us through them.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you see, guys?
I can't see anything. It's frozen.
Add to stage. My bad.
There you go. Yeah, so this is the video that came out the day of, where you see where the launch came from. That's right near, that's basically where the military base is. That is right across the road from where the school was. Now you see in the video how it literally just goes straight down. Like you can see whatever it does, and it goes straight down. A Tomahawk, first off, does not fly that way that it does. A Tomahawk flies between 50 to 100 meters above the ground in a straight trajectory. It doesn't dive bomb down onto a target. So it clear as day, whatever that was had a malfunction in air, and that's why it made the one post that I showed you breaks it all down. The angle of attack of it was that a Tomahawk's angle of attack is about 70 degrees, and right here is from the Telegram groups where they claimed right here a IRGC aerospace missile hit the school in Manab County. Hormuz Providence, the Islamic Republican Revolutionary Guard, announced that it was an inadvertent mistake and that serious action will be taken against those responsible for this action. Take it how you want. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it how you want it. This is coming out of there.
Whoops. Sorry, I didn't mean to
That's not
stop
my
sharing.
conclusive evidence to say the IRGC did it. That's not. That's what's been floating around. I don't believe any IRGC propaganda. And like I said, I'm all for the investigation. And this those are KH-55s. Those are the Iranian cruise missiles that they have. What the one still frame of it that you see verbatim, it looks identical to this. I'm not saying that's the conclusive evidence whatsoever. This is just what's being floated around from my interpretation of it. Again, from the one post that I cited with the attack angle as well as the munition payload, does not fit the description of what a Tomahawk will be. So
okay, let me get the other ones on the screen.
Yep.
1 second. Okay. This is the analysis breakdown that you were talking about.
Yep.
All right.
And that's the explosion that you see. And then again, from the still grainy photo that they have, the one photo that they have of it, I mean, again, based with the analysis of the attack angle, because as well as the flight trajectory, does not fit the description of what a Tomahawk cruise missile is. And then the one last video that I sent is that explosion that we saw. And then after that is what a Tomahawk is, and exactly shows how the flight path is and everything too.
Are you sure? I don't have a Tomahawk video. It's the same link twice.
Oh, then I might have accidentally copied the wrong one. Sorry. Here, I have it up on my computer. I had all this pulled up already.
So share it.
There you go. All right, yeah, I could just share screen too.
Yeah.
Right here. Okay, so right here.
Inland.
That's that one. It's like we all seen that one already. And then right here is the Tomahawk. Like I said, the explosion is not consistent with what we're seeing with whatever that was.
So Enzo, you're saying a Tomahawk would have made a bigger explosion, correct?
100%. Like, look at this explosion. Like we see here, just one smoke plume, right? That's it. No explosion, no nothing. We're talking about with a Tomahawk,
1,000-pound explosive warhead to send against targets inland.
It's not consistent from what we're actually seeing in this. Again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm just going based off of the evidence that I've seen, what I've gathered, and what I know about the situation.
Could a malfunction missile explode less? I'm not sure. Could that happen?
No, like, it's TNT at the end of the day. The avionics and everything could have failed, but the explosion, no, unless it's completely a dud. But we still see some type of explosion in the first video.
Yeah.
This is what Pete Hegseth had to say. Come on, then we'll let you give your reaction once you hear what he has to say.
You were asked earlier in the week about this girls' school. You said the U.S. was investigating it. Have you made any conclusions about whether or not the United States, inadvertently or not, was involved in any military strike at that school?
Well, we're still investigating, and that's where I'll leave it today. But what I will emphasize to you and to the world is that unlike our adversaries, the Iranians, we never target civilians.
There was a report late in the week from 2 officials that it was likely U.S. involvement. Is that report false?
I've already said we're investigating.
If you could tell the American public it definitively was not us, you would tell us, wouldn't you?
I would say that it's being investigated, which is the only answer I'm prepared to give.
So they're saying it's being investigated, Kamal. They're not giving as definite answers as the the people on X and the X post that Enzo provided us. What's your thoughts?
I mean, of course they're not going to give up anything. They're going to keep it hush hush. But I mean, I got more questions about the Tomahawk shit though, to be honest with y'all. And Ricky actually brought up a good point. Is there different variations of a Tomahawk missile? He said there's different variations. Is that true or?
I'll look right now.
Okay.
Just to confirm myself.
And I want to add while we're on it, preliminary findings from a Pentagon investigation and multiple independent analysis indicate the United States military was responsible for the bombing of the Sajara to High Bay Girls Elementary, if I said that right. So the Pentagon, where Pete Hegseth works, is already saying that it's the United States.
Okay, so What I'm seeing here is there are 3 different variants of tomahawks. Typical payload listed about 454 kilograms, about 1,000 pounds of high explosive, and a unitary blast fragmentation warhead. These are the earlier models, so they don't use these anymore. TLAM-C used the WDU-25/B warheads, which was about 1,000 pounds. Later, Block 3 and Block 4 missiles used lighter WDU-36/B, which remained about 1,000-pound warhead overall. And then the third one that has been retired that they don't use at all was the nuclear TLAM-N BGM-109A variant that carried a W80 thermonuclear warhead with a variable yield options around 5 to 150 kilotons. That's a nuclear one, which it would be a lot fucking worse if it was nuclear.
I got another question. These my peeps from our area. Shout out to my brother Byron. He said, hey, it will make a different explosion if it's a dud. So
again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like I said, I want the investigation. I want the investigation to happen. If anything like this, when it comes to the military, I want a thorough investigation, and I do not want anybody to confirm that it was them nor deny anything. I'm happy with how Pete Hegseth is going about this, not confirming anything and not denying anything. Not saying it's the IRGC, not saying it's the United States, saying there's an active investigation. Let it go. Let it happen.
This is what Tucker Carlson had to say.
Relatively little propaganda around this. The current administration hasn't even really tried to explain why we're doing this. Not very hard, anyway. And in some ways, we should be grateful for that. It's a sign of respect not to lie to people too aggressively. The President of the United States today said on camera, we're thinking about using nukes against Iran. He said we could eliminate Iran, make it uninhabitable forever in an hour. We have weapons that can do that. Well, those are nuclear weapons. The President of the United States just saying out loud, if this gets more intense, we could nuke them. Now, you can support that or disagree with that, however you feel about that. You know, it's not often that people are that blunt about what could happen. And again, there's been very little attempt to convince you that we did this in America's national interest. The Secretary of State just came out and said we did it because Israel forced our hand. So they've been pretty direct, actually, about what is going on here and what the stakes potentially are. President of the United States threatening nuclear weapons. Okay. Well, that's on the table. The propagandists for the war, the people.
Bro, I would never think I see a day that people like on the right don't like Tucker. Tucker was a national treasure during COVID. They all praised him. I'm just like in shock, but we have our first super chat. Said, Enzo, have you made an appointment at your local recruiter station? Enzo's response is, I can support the war and not have to go serve. Am I right? Because that's what you said.
100%. I can support the annihilation of regime that wants to and has, to the tune of a couple hundred United States service members, your brothers and sisters, since 1979, has taken them out, who has vowed to take out United States service members in the region to the tune of 50,000 before Midnight Hammer. The Ayatollah said, we know you have 50,000 troops in the area, prepare 50,000 body bags. I applauded administration whose their foreign policy to Iran is don't, and they will put soldiers in. They will put soldiers over there to take out this regime as quickly as possible. This is why I appreciate the right and the people on the right that are talking about this, because we're not signing people up to go fight an endless war. No, they say we want the best for this country, and we want these soldiers to go over there and do what they have to do the quickest way possible and get out of there. That's what we want. I don't want no forever war. No. And I don't need to sign up to go fight this war, to support this war at all. Because if that's the case, then why didn't anybody under the Biden administration go to fucking Ukraine when you guys were supporting that? Why weren't you in Ukraine, Heaven?
She said, so you won't put your life on the line for your country, but you insult those who do. Interesting. Weak. Thank you for this, the super chat. Thank you. All love. Thank you.
I insult those who did. I literally just gave praise to the ones who go over there and do what they do. I'm still wondering why you didn't go to Ukraine.
Well, I think Heaven served in Iraq, right? Gray? Didn't y'all serve together?
I would.
You went. Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
think she
was.
did too. She said because she's retired. But anyways, guys, this is a spicy, saucy show. Why y'all hate Tucker Carlson so much, Enzo? I'm just shocked. I remember when Tucker was saying all sorts of crazy stuff. Everybody loved him. Why do we hate him now?
I'm not going to speak for everybody else. I'm not going to speak for everybody else. This is my thing. There are plenty of people that are quote unquote a part of the MAGA movement that people loved at one time. MTG, Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, Nick Fuentes, all these people, right? I personally never liked Tucker. We all know that I hate fucking Nick. We all know that I made it very clear that I don't like MTG since she came out and said the Jews have fucking space lasers and they're controlling the fucking weather. No, like these people are the fringe. In my eyes, I'm sorry, these people are the fringe people within the quote unquote Republican MAGA community. Like I never really liked them. And also I just think it's funny that Tucker Carlson talks like how he talks now, that he was so for Trump, so for Trump, so for Trump, before Qatari swept in and gave him a fucking house and is paying him money. Oh, same thing with Thomas Massey as well. Thomas Massey is a part of that 7K club that's putting out Qatari stuff as well. It's kind of funny. So
you could read this one. It's your friend.
Have you made an appointment for your TDS and IDS?
Okay. Now, the other thing that's wild to me, guys, this is the last thing we're going to talk about, and then we're going to go to the Iran terror threat story. But they're saying that people are literally rooting for Iran. And I'm going to play the clip and we can react.
Last night that this might be the first war in America.
Hold on. My bad, guys. Okay.
The majority of the country. And I tweeted last night that this might be the first war in American history where the majority of the country wants America to lose. And not meaning that we want the American empire to be destroyed. We want Trump to retreat because Iran surviving is them victorious. They can claim victory if America, the world's greatest empire, the strongest military in the world, loses against one country without Israeli support. A couple of schizo Muslims ready to die for their cause. I think this is the first time where everyone's seeing this, and especially if the German foreign minister is saying that their political goal is to eliminate Israel. And we're seeing that Goyim are united on this issue. We're sick of the Israeli infiltration. And I love America, but I'm not rooting for Trump in this war. Are you kidding me? I'm not rooting for the military. I want the troops to survive. I want them to stay home. If you're rooting for them to win, you're really rooting for Israel. I want Trump's legacy to show that he lost this war. And unfortunately, that's going to mean the decline of American global economy, and it's not gonna fare well for this country. But I mean, what's the other solution?
Okay, we have another super chat. I'm gonna have Gray read it, and then Gray give his reaction to what he heard.
Spend some more to insult a veteran. This is disgusting behavior. This is disgusting behavior. Thank you, Heaven. I'm gonna put this one on here. Ha. I never seen this guy till last night for the Management documentary. Years ago, being a Management documentary, what we're gonna talk about later on. And what I learned on the Management documentary is that Sneeko is Muslim. So I'm sure that that's a reason for him supporting it. And I saw what's the Republican guy that's on CNN, Scott Jennings. I saw him saying it to another guy, like, "Oh, you're rooting for America not to succeed. You're rooting for America not to succeed." I can see why some right-wing people would say that because they're very passionate. And this makes Trump look bad. But as far as like gas and it's like people's lives, I don't think most people just want to see complete catastrophe where everyone suffers. That would be my response to that.
Kamal, as a foundational Black American, what do you think about when you heard him say he's rooting against our country? He's rooting against Trump.
Man, I'm not looky. I don't want our country to go to war, but if they go to war, I want us to fucking win. They still got a debt to pay, goddammit. I don't want these niggas to lose. And that's American lives they losing. F all that shit. Looky, like I said, I don't want our country to go to war, but if we go to war, I want them to smack the hell out of people. All right. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. At the end, all these other groups be calling us niggas behind our back. Telling y'all right now, every last one of them. I'm just telling you right now. Okay. So
I mean, I just think it's for me. I don't like what we're doing. I don't like where we're at. I don't like the uncertainty of it. I don't like the uncertainty. But I agree to sit there and say that we don't support our country, we don't support our president, to me is wild. I can't say that. I have to support our troops. I pray every morning since we did what we did a week and a half ago. I pray every morning that our troops are surrounded by the blood of Jesus and that they're protected. So I can't, although I don't necessarily support everything we're doing, I still support our troops. But guys, we're gonna switch gears here. We're gonna go and we're gonna talk about something that's gonna affect poor Kamal. Kamal, they said that the terror attack is about to hit you in California.
Can I touch on the whole
Sure.
Sneeko thing real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is my thing with that because I've been dealing with it firsthand every single day now since this has started. There are people out there that are coming into my chat laughing every time a report that comes out that American service members were unalived. You have people out there like Nick Fuentes literally saying he wants America to lose. This is my thing with that. If Trump wasn't in office right now and you had another president in office, anybody, I don't care. Joe Biden could be back in office. George Bush could be back in office. Barack Obama could have been back in office. Yes, there would be pushback on people disagreeing with the conflict like there was in 2003 with people pushing back on that conflict. But here's the difference. Here's the key difference that there was in 2003 compared to 2026. Sorry. Those people were pushing back against the war, but never once was anybody saying that they want America to lose, that they're laughing that service members are being killed. The only thing is this: you have people that are so against Trump that it's their entire personality that anybody who supports this war has to go over there to fucking fight this war, and that they disagree with this because it's Donald Trump in office. I'm sorry. I actually care more for the troops than anybody on the left, actually, because I'm actually saying that we need to get this done as quickly as possible to stop this going on. So the not a crazy amount of people have to lose their lives for this. I said it to Nora and I said it to Mia earlier. It is us versus them. If we have it their way, they're going to come to the United States and start slaughtering us. I don't want to have to go through a fucking another 9/11 in this country for us to do something. I want us to be proactive like we were, like how we found out Hezbollah was training off this coast of Venezuela. I want them to be doing these things so it doesn't come to our shores. I don't understand how that's so hard for people to just wrap their head around and be like, you know what? And look at the bright side of this, that we could actually stop something before it becomes even bigger. That's my entire spiel. And then I won't understand the left. I never will. There's that. I'm not saying the entire left. Just there is a lot of people out there that are saying these things.
Yeah, but Sneeko's not the left. He supported Trump heavily. Like, and we watched that in the documentary. He did a lot for Trump, like a lot.
I mean, he's just the one that was talking about on screen. So
yeah, I know.
Really
but what I'm saying is, yeah, I got you. What I'm saying is, it's not just the left saying this; it's people on the right saying this too. I think people are misguided and misdirected because they're so angry with one country, which we talked about, Enzo. And I do believe that it's not a left versus right thing. Like, it's people on both sides saying these comments.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You have the